Teacher Mai is back, and we are now in quarter one, week 5. The subject matter for this week is none other than light. Okay, so I know this topic is not new to you anymore. At least you still remember your light concepts from your early science. Let's proceed. So as you can read in your activity sheets, here are the points for you to remember. Each color found in the visible light spectrum has its own wavelength and its own frequency, which produces a specific energy and has a nutritive effect. We know some rays can be dangerous if we are exposed to them. But the visible light, the rainbow, has a soothing effect on us. So for you to refresh your concepts on light, let me have a short review for you. Please excuse the tilaok ng manok. Alam niyo na, sabi ko na sa mga early videos ko na maraming manok dito. Just listen to me. Alright, so light, as you all know, is a radiant energy. What is meant by radiant? In Filipino, that is maliwanag, nagniningning. It travels. As it travels, it radiates outward in all directions. In all, meaning it could be in a circular or not circular, basta in all directions. Not in north only, not in south only, but in all directions. Let me show you the picture. Okay, this is your sun as the main source of energy, specifically light and heat, and it radiates in all directions. May it be up, down, right, left, in all directions. Light energy is the form of radiant energy that can be detected by the unaided eye. We observe that our eyes can see white light only. We all know that we have that rainbow colors, but not all the time we see this rainbow. We can only see the so-called white light. Why? Because those rainbow colors are not yet reflected. They are not yet scattered or dispersed. How can be these light colors be dispersed if there is a so-called prism? Let me read this. Visible light waves are the only electromagnetic waves that we can see. We see these waves as the colors of the rainbow. Each color has a different wavelength, as what is mentioned in your points to remember, meaning each color of the rainbow is unique. They are not exactly the same with each other. When all the waves are seen together, they make white light. Okay. At least you now know that we see white light only because we are looking at the every colors of the visible light as one, as a unit. They are still in collective form. They are not yet scattered. They are not yet dispersed, and they are not yet reflected. So together, they make white light. And that is what we see in our daily life. In Filipino, bakit hindi natin nakikita yung rainbow sa lahat ng oras? Bakit white ang nakikita natin? Kasi nga, as one pa sila. How many colors of the rainbow do we have? We have the Roy G. Biv, R-O-Y-G, and then B-I-V. So they are still in one unit. So we see them as white light. What else do we have here in this review? Okay, so you are also familiar with this prism. I know that. We always use prism in our physics class. So, lagi akong nagsuso, no? I can, try ko nga alisin yung so. As you can see in the picture, this white light will be scattered if it is passing through a prism. Have you seen a prism? Yung parang pyramid siya in 3D na glass or salamin. Pag tinutok mo yung prism sa liwanag ng araw, makakakita ka ng rainbow. It will scatter the white light into this different rainbow colors. Different na nga, rainbow pa. Rainbow na nga, different pa. Pwede pa siyang maging rainbow kung hindi different colors. Ano pang nandito? So, how does a prism make a rainbow? The dispersion of colors in a prism occurs because of something called the refractive index of the glass. As the white light moves through the two faces of the prism, the different colors bend different amounts, and in doing so, they spread out into a rainbow. So na naman, no? Look at my video here. There is a rainbow in a waterfall. Why? Let us have this. The concept is just like this. After a shower of rain, raindrops are suspended in air, and when a ray of light enters this drop, the drop acts as a prism and splits into its component colors as dispersion takes place. Do you notice that? For us to have, or for us to see the rainbow, dispersion, scattering should take place. And how can this process occur? There should be a medium. And in this case, we have the raindrops or water vapor. So in this background, there is a rainbow because this waterfall produces raindrops in the air that will disperse or scatter the colors of the rainbow. Light of different colors emerge from the raindrops, such as red at the top and violet at the bottom. Thus, rainbow is formed. So that is the constant arrangement of rainbow colors. Ano? Red on top and violet at the bottom. We have the Roy G. Biv acronym. Again, why do we see white light only and not the rainbow all the time? Because the visible light is not yet scattered. They are still in a team, in a unit. They are still in a collective form. But when they are dispersed, when they are scattered through the use of prism or the natural prism, which are the raindrops, they could be scattered, they will disperse, and that is the time we can see the rainbow colors. Imagine if we can see the rainbow all the time. Imagine if the visible light is scattered all the time. Imagine that. Di parang magiging disco light, disco atmosphere palagi yung paligid natin. Can it be nice? Hindi, no. Personally, I don't like it. I don't like my everyday surroundings to be in disco light mood. Kaya siguro ganun yung ginawa ni God, makikita mo lang si rainbow kapag na-scatter na yung visible light. Anong gamit? Prism. Naturally, we have prism that is, those are the raindrops, water vapor in the air. Kaya, nakakakita tayo ng rainbow pagkatapos ng ulan kasi nga maraming raindrops dyan sa anong tawag dyan sa atmosphere? Dyan sa kalawakan ba yun? Or dyan sa kalangitan. Dyan sa hangin, may raindrops, may water vapor. Kaya lumalabas yung bahaghari or rain Bow. Oh, pwede mo nang ikwento yan sa mga ading mo. They say that if you can tell the concept in a storytelling way, then for sure, you understood the concept. Kapag naikukwento mo daw yung napag-aralan mo sa sarili mong version, pero tamang konsepto ha, ibig sabihin, naintindihan mo yung napag-aralan mo. Ay, kwento mo na, bakit white light lang ang nakikita natin? Bakit lumalabas yung rainbow pagkatapos ng ulan? Alam mo na yan. Di ba? Let's proceed. Okay. In your points to remember, these terms are mentioned. We have here wavelength. Alam niyo na to, di ba? When we say wavelength, that is the measure of distance from one crest to another crest. What is crest? What is throw? Those are the parts of a wave, particularly transverse wave. And light energy is a transverse wave, meaning it has an upper part and it has a lower part. Crest, throw. From crest to crest, that is one wavelength. Look at the picture. So the distance between the two upper parts, which are called crests, is the so-called wavelength. So in the picture, how many wavelength do we have? 1, 2, 3. Kasi naputol na yung una, oh. Okay? So always remember that one wavelength is the distance between two crests. Okay, I want to explain it this way. Look at the picture. So in your electromagnetic spectrum, there are different rays. You have your radio waves, infrared, ultraviolet, X-rays, and gamma rays. One of them is the visible light, which is made up of this rainbow colors. Nagets nyo? Sa electromagnetic spectrum, isa sa kanila si visible light. At si visible light, binubuo siya ng rainbow colors. From red to violet. Notice the arrows. It says here, from left to right, the energy is increasing. In this, we refer to the energy as the energy coming from the sun is the heat and light energy. So from red to violet, the energy is increasing. Meaning, which color has the highest energy? It's the violet. Which color has the least energy? It is the red. Why? Because look at the arrow. From red to violet, there is an increasing energy. Okay. Next, we have the wavelength. Alam niyo na yung wavelength, di ba? The distance between two crests. From left to right, the wavelength is decreasing. You can notice it in the sketch. The wavelength is getting shorter as you go to the right direction. What is meant by this? It means that the color with the longest wavelength is the red. And the color with the shortest wavelength is the violet. Kabaliktaran siya ni energy. So red has the least energy, but it has the longest wavelength. Okay, malilito ha. So energy and wavelength are inversely proportional to each other. Inversely, meaning opposite. If the energy increases, the wavelength decreases. If the wavelength increases, the energy decreases. Sa Tagalog, kapag mas mahaba, mas onti ang energy niya. Kapag mas maiksi, mas mataas ang energy niya. Ibig sabihin, from red to violet, painit ng painit yun. So kapag sa totoong buhay, kapag nagsuot ka ng red at violet, sa aling kulay mas maiinitan ka? Sa red o sa violet? Sa violet. Kasi mas nag-absorb siya ng heat energy. Ganon, no? Ano pa? Kapag may suot ka na yellow at green, saan mas mainit? Sa green. Okay, mas malamig kay yellow. Kasi nga, from red to violet, increasing energy. Mas umiinit siya. Ano pa yung mga na-discuss sa points to remember ninyo? Sa picture na to, nandyan si energy, nandyan si wavelength. Okay, let's proceed. Frequency. Frequency naman, nabanggit din yun sa sa points to remember nyo, di ba? Baka may nagsasabi dyan, bakit si Madam nagtatagalog? Science yung subject niya. This is not a formal class, but a tutorial. Siyempre, kapag nag-tutor ka, explain mo to the best way you can sa tinututor mo. At alam naman natin na hindi lahat ng nagpapatutor nakakaintindi ng diretsong English. Kaya, magtagalog tayo, di ba? But if you want me to speak in pure English, you can attend my class noon. Ganun, no? Basta ganito, tutorial to So, we speak in Filipino, Tagalog. Kasi mas naintindihan ng tinututor ko. Anong nandito? We have the frequency. How frequent? In Filipino, gaano kadalas ang minsan? Charot. The frequency is the number of waves that pass a point in space during any time interval. Ibig sabihin, ano ba to? Paano ko explain to? For example, this is the point of reference. Nakita niyo ba? And then, you will count how many waves pass through this point. Ganyan. Ilang waves ang makakadaan sa point na to in a time interval. For example, the time interval is 1 second. So in 1 second, how many waves can pass through this point? For example, 5 waves travel this 5 waves pass through this point in 1 second, or 5 waves per second. Yun yung sinasabing frequency. How frequent? Okay? The number of waves that pass a point in space during any time interval. Anong sinasabi ng picture dito? We focus on visible light, one member of electromagnetic spectrum. In your grade 10 science, you will discuss this all. The members of the electromagnetic, or the components of electromagnetic spectrum. We have the radio waves, microwave, infrared, visible light, ultraviolet or UV, X-ray, and gamma ray. But in this grade 8, we focus on visible light, which has the rainbow colors as the components. Frequency. Look at the arrows. The focus here is from red to violet, guys. From red always to going to violet. Tingnan nyo yung first arrow. Red has the longest wavelength, shortest wavelength, the violet. So, from right to left, yung arrow dito, short to long wavelength. Yung frequency naman, from red to violet, the frequency is increasing. Syempre kasi dito sa may red area, mahaba yung wavelength. Kaya unti lang yung makakadaan na waves. Pero pag paiksi ng paiksi yung wavelength niya papunta kay violet, mas tumataas yung frequency kasi maiksi. Mas maraming makakadaan na waves. Gets niyo yun? Siyempre, mahaba di ang tagal makadaan. Pero kung maiksi, mas maraming makakadaan. Magkabaliktad sila, di ba? Pero sa energy, directly proportional si energy kay frequency. The more waves passing through, the more energy is present. Si wavelength lang ang kumontra, So, kapag tumaas yung frequency, mataas din yung energy. Pero, kapag decreasing yung wavelength, mas basta kabaliktaran nila sa wavelength. Siya lang yung kakontra. Wavelength and frequency. Low wavelength, high frequency. Or short wavelength, high frequency. Ano lang kayo dito, mag-focus dito, High frequency, short wavelength. High energy, high frequency. Okay. Long wavelength, low frequency. Long wavelength, low energy. Kasi ang haba niya kaya ang tagal makadaan, kaya low frequency. Ang tagal din ng paggalaw niya, kaya low energy. Mga ganun na kwento, di ba? Para magets nyo. Gets nyo yun? Focus on this, ha? If the wavelength is short, the frequency is high. Kasi maiksi, mas maraming makakadaan in one point. High frequency. Mabilis yung paggalaw. So, di ba pag iganon mo yung kamay mo, pag ganyan, hindi pa masyadong mainit. Pero kapag binilisan mo, ganon, mas mainit. Parang ganon, di ba? So, mabilis yung paggalaw. It is very frequent. So, the energy is also high. Mas mainit. Application sa totoong buhay, guys. Alin dyan ang pinaka mainit? Violet. Alin dyan ang pinaka malamig? Red. Kasi nga ano siya siya yung least energy. Alin dyan ang may pinaka mahabang wavelength? Red. Alin dyan ang pinaka maiksing wavelength? Violet. Which color has the highest energy? Violet. With the highest frequency? Violet. With the least or lowest energy? Red. With the lowest frequency? Red. Gets nyo? I hope you got it. Thumbs up dyan. If not, you can just comment down below and I will reply as soon as I read it. Basta nabasa ko yun, re-replyan ko yan. Okay? Thank you. Moving on na tayo. What is next in this slide? You have now your Activity 1, Word Adventure Challenge. Diba? Very easy ito because you are provided with the list. Hanapin mo lang yung mga words na to dyan sa word search board, kumbaga, quote and quote. It could be vertical. Paano mo siya bibilugan? But not in your activity sheet, ha? Make your own word search board. So you can encircle. You can encircle the words vertical, patayo, horizontal, pahiga, or diagonal. Ano yung diagonal sa Tagalog? Diagonal, pahalang? Ay, di ko alam. Basta, I'm not so good in Filipino terms, vertical, horizontal, diagonal. That's how you could encircle the words that you have found in this word search board. Easy, di ba? Kung wala yung provided list of words, di dyan na kayo makrong-krong. Malukaret na kayo dyan. Pero easy naman to kasi nakalista. It's just a matter of being masipag, how to find these words. Yung iba kasi na-stress na kahit hindi naman nakaka-stress. Activity 1, word adventure challenge. Activity 2 na tayo. Alam nyo na. Alam na this. Don't forget to subscribe my channel, like my videos, share for others to know there is a tutorial like this. Thank you very much. But I'm not pressuring you. It's just voluntary. If you will, thank you very much. If not, it's okay. Just watch. Okay? You can even download this video and share it to others. My pleasure. What is next? Your activity number 2. Knowing the characteristics of each color. Analyze the table below, then answer the given questions. So this is just a table interpretation. Naintindihan mo ba yung table? Ganon. What is in the table? What are the informations? First column, the color from red down to violet. Second column, we have your wavelength, yung sukat ng haba in nanometer or nm. Frequency, gaano karami ang nakakadaan na wave sa isang point. And then the energy level. Number 1 question. Which of the colors of light has the longest wavelength? O, kanina ko pa yung sinasabi, di ba? You can even refer, of course, you refer to this table. O, alin dyan yung longest wavelength? Siyempre, yung pinakamataas na nanometer. O, yung red to violet, it is arranged from longest to shortest. O, which has the longest wavelength? Red or violet? Pili ka na dyan. Shortest wavelength, red or violet? Comparing 650 nanometer to 400 nanometer. Dapat gets mo yun na pag hindi mo na korekto, medyo sisimangot yung teacher mo. Number 2, based on the table, which of the colors of light has the highest frequency? O, di punta ka naman sa third column, frequency, highest daw. O, this table, from red to violet, is arranged from lowest to highest frequency. Which has the highest frequency? Red, having 4.62, or violet, having 7.50. Ganon din sa lowest frequency. Si red o si violet? Red or violet lang yung pinagpipilian dyan. Kasi, highest or lowest. Alam mo naman siguro yung numbers, di ba? 462 compared sa 750. O, alin din si highest, alin din si lowest. Parang score lang yan. Easy. Parang bonus nga tong activities ninyo eh. Si 1 at si 2. Bakit bonus yung activity 1? Kasi nandun na yung words. Hanapin mo na lang. Bakit bonus yung activity number 2? Bonus, I mean, madali. Hindi naman bonus na check mo na. Kaya na hindi mo na gawin. Bonus kasi madali. Andiyan na yung numbers. I-compare mo na lang. Highest, pinakamataas. Lowest, pinakamababa. O, alin ang stressful dyan? Wala. Anong next dito? Yung table ulit. Question number 3. What is the relationship between the wavelength and frequency of light waves? Kanina ko pa sinasabi to, diba? Dun sa mga araw-araw natin sa picture. Ano daw ang masasabi mo sa kaugnayan ni wavelength at light waves? Pili ka lang dyan. It could be inversely proportional or directly proportional. Those are the two types of relationship in science, in physics. Inversely proportional or directly proportional. Asan yan? Wavelength at frequency. O look, sa wavelength, nagsimula sa mataas, bumaba. Pero sa frequency, nagsimula sa mababa, tumaas. So ano siya? Inversely proportional or directly proportional? Pwede nyo sagutin na ganun, or pwede nyo ring sagutin na as the wavelength decreases, the frequency increases. Mga ganun. Inversely proportional means opposites. Directly proportional means kampe. Sa Ilocano, agsinsin, nurot da. Gets nyo yan. Question number 4. What can you infer about the energy? Nadoble ito. What can you infer about the energy from red to violet? From red to violet. Ano daw ang masasabi mo? What can you infer? Is the energy increasing or decreasing? Ganun lang. The energy from red to violet is increasing or decreasing. Ganun lang yung pagsagot dyan sa number 4. Tingnan mo na. It starts from 1.91 down to 3.10. Okay. Question number 5. How is the frequency of light waves related to its energy? Wow, relasyon ulit. Frequency at saka energy. Na-explain ko na yun sa picture kanina, di ba? Look at the column for frequency. 4.62 down to 750. So, tumaas. Si energy naman, from 1.91 down to 3.0. Tumaas din. So, how are they related to each other? Are they directly proportional or inversely proportional? You can answer that way or ganito. As frequency increases, energy also increases and vice versa. As frequency decreases, energy also decreases. Mga ganun. Those are the different ways that you could answer these questions. Question number 6. How do you relate the wavelength to the energy of each color of light? O relasyon ulit. Wavelength and energy. Diba kanina sinabi ko si wavelength lang yung kakontra dun sa pictures kanina, yung mga araw-araw. Wavelength from 650 down to 400. Bumaba or tumaas? Energy from 191 down to 3.0. Bumaba o tumaas? So you could answer as wavelength increases, energy decreases, and vice versa. As wavelength decreases, energy increases. Ganun. Or inversely or directly proportional. Pili kayo doon. Ano ulit yung inversely proportional? Inversely, opposites. Tataas, yung isa bababa. Kapag directly proportional naman, kampe. Kapag tumaas yung isa, tataas din siya. Pag bumaba, bababa din siya. Directly proportional. How is wavelength related to energy? Are they directly proportional or inversely proportional? Mga ganon. That's how you should answer questions in number 3, 4, 5, 6 in your activity number 2. Okay. I think we can now proceed to activity number 3. Pag napansin nyo, parang nagkukunot yung noo ko, no? Hindi ko na mamalayan yan. Basta ganyan siya. As I explain. Pero hindi ako galit. Basta nagkukunot noo lang yan. Activity number 3. Which color absorbs more heat? Okay, what is involved? Heat. So, which property of light is, or are we talking about here? Is it the frequency? Is it the wavelength or the energy? Of course, it is the energy. Sinabi ko na kanina. Oh, you have to prepare these materials daw. Ano ba yung mga yun? 6 pieces of construction paper in different colors. Alam niyo yung construction paper? Para siyang art paper, pero back to back. Sa art paper kasi isang side lang yung may kulay, di ba? Para siyang coupon, pero di kulay. What colors do you need? Yellow, white, red, green, blue, and black. Then you need your tape, ice cubes, and then stopwatch. Stopwatch, pwede na yung cellphone dyan. Okay. There is a procedure that you should follow correctly. Fold each piece of construction paper lengthwise daw. So if this is your construction paper, for example, you fold it lengthwise, pahaba. Ganyan, pahaba siyang fold. Ano ba yung camera? Ganyan, pahaba. Tape the other end of the construction paper to make a pocket-like fold. Titape nyo daw siya para parang magkaroon ng bulsa. Titape nyo yung other end. Ganyan. Place an ice cube in each construction paper. So, ano to tatimingan nyo. Pag naglagay na kayo ng ice cube sa lahat ng kulay, sabay-sabay. Observe which color of the construction paper makes the ice cube melts first. Using a stopwatch, measure the time it takes for the ice cubes to melt totally in each construction paper. Ayun, so sabay-sabay ninyong lalagyan ng ice cube yung construction paper, lahat ng kulay. And then, orasan ninyo gaano katagal bago natunaw sa bawat kulay. I-record nyo daw. Rank each construction paper from least to greatest time the ice cube melts. Record your data in the table. Ito yung table dyan sa activity sheet ninyo, no? So, kapag yung pinakamabilis na, kung saang kulay, mas pinakamabilis, kung saang kulay, pinakamabilis natunaw yung ice, ibig sabihin, yan yung kulay na may highest energy. Ano ba yung mga kulay dyan? Yellow, white, red, green, blue, and black. Okay, for example, naunang natunaw sa black. Ilagay mo yung time niya and then rank number 1. Ganon. So, ganon yung ganap dito sa activity number 3. Gagawa ka ng parang packet na construction paper, sabay-sabay mong ilalagay yung ice at i-observe mo sa aling kulay pinakamabilis natunaw yung ice. And then irarank mo na sila 1 to 6. And then pwede mo nang sagutan yung guide questions. How many guide questions are given? Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. 4 lang ba? First question, which color of the construction paper melts the ice cube first? So, dalawa yung sagot mo sa number 1. First color to melt, and then last color to melt. Yan. You refer to your table. So, dumepende ka ngayon dun sa mga data mo doon sa table mo. Number 2, did the ice cube melts at the same time? Why? Sabay-sabay daw ba na natunaw yung mga ice cubes? Why or why not? I think it's not. Because the colors have different energy level. May clue. Number 3. Nasagot ko na yata yung number 2. Bahala kayo dyan. Number 3. Does color absorb the same amount of energy from light? Pare-parehong energy of light daw ba? Or pare-parehong energy daw ba yung na-absorb ng bawat kulay? Hindi naman, di ba? Number 4. O tapos walang follow-up question sa number 3. Alam, nasagot ko no. Number 4. Based on this concept, pero it's better for you to explain number 3 din na why yes, why not. Yes or no, why? Ganon. Yung number 3 dapat yan. Number 4, based on this concept, how can you apply it when choosing a color of your clothes? How will you choose your clothes? It depends on the weather of the day, right? It depends on the season. If it is cold season, ano yung mga cold months natin? December, January, February. What color of clothes will you choose? Of course, you will choose clothes of color that absorbs more heat. If it is summer, choose clothes with color that absorb less heat. Para naman presko ka. That is the reason why they say when it is summer, choose clothes of light colors. If it is cold season or cold months, choose clothes of darker colors. Something like that. The real life application of this concept on light. Did you understand? I hope so. If you have questions, again, you can just comment down below and I will be very willing to answer it to the best way I can. Okay? Yes, we're friends, right? I hope I could gain more friends through this. Happy learning! Until next time, love from yours truly, Teacher Mylene. And I thank you.